William Blake was a known 18th century esotericist with connections to the Freemasons. And William Blake wrote a poem in the 18th century called Jerusalem. And final few words in that poem says, "I will not cease from mental flight, nor shall my sword sleep in my hand, till we have built Jerusalem in England's green and pleasant land."
My family goes back into the Illuminati all the way back to 1789.
His name is Doc Marquis. He claims to have been raised in a modern Illuminati family that dates back to the 1700s. As a child, he was made to practice black magic and witchcraft. He has acted as an expert on the occult for law enforcement and the FBI. Doc has been a Christian since 1979, but he says that part of his upbringing in a family that worshiped Lucifer was to be taught about the secret Illuminati symbols and that understanding them begins with the Rothschild dynasty.
Now, this next symbol is the foulest and most evil of all symbols in the occult world. There is nothing that can even come close. It is known as the hexagram. It is the six-pointed star with a circle surrounding it. It is this symbol that must be used during high ceremonial magic or high ceremonial witchcraft when you are summoning up demons to this plane of existence.
And hello everyone, welcome once again. This is Logan with Decode Your Reality, and today we're doing one on King Solomon's Temple versus the occult. The mighty King Solomon and his temple, and what it has to do with all the ancient systems out there. The Kabbalah, whether you spell it K or Q, doesn't matter. If you like the ancient tarot system, the 78 cards to the tarot, I'm going to get into the significance of why there's 78 cards. The Great Pyramid of Giza, what that has to do with the King Solomon's Temple. Numerology is going to play a part in this. Gematria is going to play a part in this. Astrology is going to play a part in this. Guys, they're all connected, and I'm going to show you some stuff that's going to pop some navels, and I'm going to back it up with not just my opinion, I'm going to back it up with math. So if you want to refute this information, by all means, I welcome it because I want to go deeper with this information. But I think you're going to find the information I'm going to present to you is groundbreaking and it's very informative, and you're going to be able to get a lot of gold nuggets from this. So really, let's get into this. I started out really with the number 33, the number 11, the number 26. If you followed any of my work, I'm big on Saturn and Saturn running the show, which I believe he does. He plays a big role in this. And, you know, the number of magic, which is the number of 11. 11 is the number of magic. It's the glue that binds. It's the communicative. It's the alternating current, as above, so below. And I'm going to prove that to you guys without a shadow of a doubt in this presentation. And then, of course, what the significance of the 7 and the 7 is. And then, of course, why all this 33. Why is all the Masons coding their stuff with 33? Well, I'm going to show you why. I'm going to break it wide open. I'm going to show you why in this presentation. Now, I want to just really quickly tell you that the numbers have been following me around. Maybe they follow you around. Maybe you're seeing them on the clock. And maybe this will open up your eyes to something. But interestingly, when I was putting this presentation together, I decided to have some background music playing. So I went onto YouTube and I just happened to type in Kingdom Come, which is a band from the 1980s, one of those hair bands, one of the bands that I like. And I started listening to this song and I got hooked on it and I played it over and over and over. And then I decided, why am I listening to the song? So I decided to type in Kingdom Come and decode these two words. And lo and behold, what do we get? We get the 1 plus 6, which is 7. The 7, kingdom, is a 77. And then come is 11. So it showed me the 7711, blew me away. And then, of course, the 7711 is tied directly into the 33. And I'm going to show you guys that. I'm going to get into the Kabbalah, I'm going to get into the Tarot, astrology, numerology, all this stuff plays a role into this, and we're going to get into it hot and heavy, and here we go. All right, so this is the graph that I've kind of come up with right here. I got a lot of information to go over. Obviously, I got some astrology going on right here. I got some, the Tarot system. I got Gematria, the Tree of Life. You know, I got all that kind of stuff going on right here. But this is the centerpiece right here, guys and gals. It's the King Solomon's Temple on its side, or if you were actually observing it from over the standpoint of maybe a drone going over the top of it from a bird's eye view, this would be the capstone if we were to look at this as a pyramid in this rectangular shape. But there's some pyramids inside the pyramid. Obviously, you see I've encased this right here, the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, as its own little pyramid. And I'm going to show you how all this breaks down to the number 33. Obviously, this is why 11 is so very important in the occult world and why they use it and why they code the words into numbers, because the number 11 sits at the middle of King Solomon's temple, right smack dab in the middle. This is the gateway right here, the 10, 11, 12, because 10, 11, and 12 adds up to the number 33. And if we observe the long way and the short way, here's your cross right here. Right there is your cross. And the numbers 2 through 20, those add up to the number 77. We're going to come over here. We're going to flip it on its upright. And here you go. It's the 1 through 21. Here's King Solomon's Temple. Here's where you would enter into the number 2, right? And you have the pillars. The pillar number 1, 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, 20. And then the right pillar, which would be Jachin, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. So here on the left, you have Boaz. And here on the right, you have Jachin, if I pronounce that right. And here in the middle, is what they're trying to do. So the Twin Towers and World Trade Center, those were knocked down to create this pillar right here, and that's why they love their number 77 so much. Not only here you have the lightning flash of creation, you see all these numbers going up and going down. Here's your lightning flash of creation, but they love the number 77 because 2 plus 5 plus 8 plus 11 plus 14 plus 17 plus 20 equals the number 77. And that's why they like that number 77. And that right there, number 11, is the crown, is Keter. This is number 11 right here. It's the 11th one, mind you, but that is right there, the crown. That is the in-between point to get to the next level of the cosm, which is 13 through 21. Absolutely fascinating, guys. I've never found this anywhere else. Maybe someone has some information on this. I don't know, but let's expand on this, okay? We got a lot more to cover. So again, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 1 through 7. And in astrology, you always go 147, 258, 369. Okay? 147, 258, 369. Obviously, this side is feminine. This side is masculine. 147, 369. This is feminine, this is masculine. Then we get into the planets. Sunday, Monday, Mars Day, Mercury Day, Jupiter Day, Venus Day, and Saturn Day. And I want to go back over here. A lot of people think that over here is the moon and of course the sun. With a lot of these Mason drawings, you have the sun and the moon, but the moon doesn't represent this one here. It's actually Saturn, because right here, number 20 is the judgment card, 19 is the sun card, and 21 is the world card, which we all know is Saturn right here. It's the Saturn card. So literally right in the middle is the number 20 is the judgment card. And if we're following this tree of life up, the Jacob's ladder, we get to the sun, and then we go over from left to right. We have to move over this way, and then number 20 is the judgment card, and that's why it's so relevant in today's society as well. The 20 is seen over and over and over again in the occult world. I keep seeing it over and over again. Of course, 22 is, again, the Fool card starting over. It can be the 0 card and the number 22 card, and that's another reason why the Hebrews only had 22 letters in their alphabet, because it represents King Solomon's temple. Obviously, going down here to the Fool card, the Fool card can be 0, starting out right here once we enter into and go back up the tree of life. And then, of course, the 1 is the magician, 2 is the high priestess. And what do we see with the high priestess? We see the 2 pillars, Boaz and Jachin right here, which represent 1 and 3. Empress is, of course, the 3rd card, 4 is emperor, and so on and so on. But it's absolutely fascinating. And then when you get into the dates on this, guys, this is the reason why they chose. The reason why they chose September 11th, 2001 is because you have the number 20 right here, which of course is Pluto. And then you have matching up with the number 1 card, which is the magician. And what did they do in 2001? They pulled a heck of a lot of magic on us by using this magician card right here. Right now, we're in 2018, which is the moon card, which of course is associated directly with Cancer. And of course, if you look at this glyph here, we can see Cancer looking at himself in the mirror. The mirror represents the moon, which is the reflection. And right now, the moon card is directly associated with 2018. And 2018 just so happens to equal a number 11. Again, a number 11 is the mirror. It's the magical number. It's right here. It reflects this square here, and it reflects this square here. That's what that does right there. Next year will be the year of the sun, 2019. We have the 20 and the 19, and then of course 2020 would be the big daddy right here. I have a feeling that a lot could go on in these 3 upcoming years right here, because these right here, and remember, Pluto is in Capricorn along with Saturn right now, and that could spell some serious trouble for the consequences of this planet. I don't know. I don't foretell the future, but I foresee some really hard times ahead because of what's going on with these numbers right here. So getting back over here, I want to break this math down because I know you're probably a little bit more interested in this right here. But these numbers, again, the 33 keep showing up. Let's expand on that a little more. When we take the 7, 11, and the 15, we go into this square right here. This square inside King Solomon's temple, this 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. When we add up the 7, 11, 15, we get the 33. When we add up the 9, the 11, and the 13, we get the 33. When we add up the 8, 11, and 14, we get the 33. And when we go down from the 10, when we go down from the 10, 11, and 12, we get the number 33. Absolutely amazing, right? And then when we take this, then when we go down 7, 8, 9, we get the 24. When we go 9, 12, and 15, we're covering the basis now, the base ground of this pyramid. We're doing the 9, 12, and 15. We get the 36. We get the 7, 10, and 13, which is the 30, and then we get the 13, 14, and 15. So this encases this square or pyramid, and we get all these numbers: the 24, the 36, the 30, and the 32. And look at what we have. It equals the number 132. And what does 33 plus 33 plus 33 plus 33 equal? Which is, we already did these. It equals the number 132. That's the 264. We could expand on that like crazy if we wanted to. It's really interesting. And then we have, if we add up all the numbers inside 1 through 21, that's 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, we get the 231. That's a mirror of the 132. We could put it right here, 231. That's a mirror of the 132. That's these right here. It's absolutely fascinating when you start to break this stuff down. It's crazy. Now, what if we multiply these numbers? What if we multiply these numbers right here? 3 times 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 3. Well, if we multiply those up, we get 6,561. And what does that equal? It equals the 11, the 6 plus 5, and the 6 plus 1. It's the 11-7, man. It's the 11-7, and we know the Great Pyramid of Giza had a base to height ratio of 11-7. Not on coincidence. I guarantee you this is all done on purpose. And then if we multiply these numbers right here, these ending numbers, the 2 times 4 times 3 times 6 times 3 times 4 times 2, we get the mirror of that. We get the 3,456, which is a 7-11. 3 plus 4 is 7. 5 plus 6 is 11. Look at what we have right here. We get a mirror of the 7-11. It's absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, this is all attributed to the higher source, wherever that's coming from, because this right here is magical. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. And this information is irrefutable with the numbers here. Right here, you're seeing it right here. All these numbers are irrefutable. And what's interesting here, if we go with this, the cosm, the 1 through 7, this cosmic egg that we live in, if we leave those numbers out, 1 through 7, and then we just take the 8, 9, 10, 11, 8 through 21, we get the number 77, which again, what did I say? It's the middle pillar right here, in between the high priestess, the 2 through 20, equals the number 77. So we live in this microcosm, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think the tip of it, the crown, is the 7. The crown is the 7, which is represented by Keter right here in a higher fashion, 1 through 11. But we get the 7, and interestingly, the tarot cards for the 7 is the Chariot card, and the Chariot card, of course, is the card that has all others 1 through 6 encoded inside of this card. You'll see all the glyphs and the symbology of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inside that card, which is absolutely it's absolutely mind-blowing here. I'm running out of words to say, sorry, but I can tell you that the Chariot is the traveler. He's known as the traveler, right? And he has the duality going, and I believe that this may be the end piece that really kind of binds us to these numbers 1 through 6 and pulls us into this next square, the 7 through 15. And because 8 is, of course, strength, 9 is the hermit, 10 is the wheel of fortune, 11 is the justice card. And what better card to have at the very middle of your King Solomon's temple is the justice card, the number 11 right here, and that is directly in the middle of your King Solomon's temple. Absolutely fascinating right here with all these numbers right here. All these numbers. Now, where we get the 69, because we all know Saturn supposedly is the 969 or the 9.69, and a lot of you can expand on that. But where do we get that number from, the 69? Well, if we take the 666 from these numbers, 1 through 3 is 6, 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 6, 7 plus 8 plus 9 equals 24, which is 6. If we take all these numbers and we come over here, 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 33 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 69. And what is 69? Again, it's the Cancer symbol. It is Cancer in the astrology. And if you look at Cancer, Cancer is the duration of the 21st of June through the 22nd of July. Isn't that interesting? Because we go up here and we finish off this square. King Solomon's Temple finishes off with the number 21 and goes on to the number 22. And that's what we're getting right here. We're getting the 21st through the 22nd. And as I mentioned to you, this card here is ruled by the moon. And of course, there is the moon right there inside. The Cancer staring at its own reflection. The moon is the reflecting device that we all observe this reality in. And that's why the world card, that's why Saturn right here is tied directly to the moon. Now let's get into Saturn and how he plays a role in this. Now Saturn, if you decode Saturn with the Chaldean, okay, you get the number 21. And interestingly, if you, Saturn is a two-syllable word, you get a 4, Saturn, and then you get the 17. But a lot of people will just say, oh, that's 8 plus 4 is 12. No. Well, you could do it that way because then you'd have the 1221, and of course the moon is the 1221. But if you really decode this right, it's the 4 plus the 7, which is an 11, and you get the 111, which is the reflection of Saturn. I mean, really that's where it comes into play. Is this right here. And then, of course, if you use the septenary system, this system right here decodes using the numbers 1 through 7. If you're new to this, you go to this channel right here, gematrinator.com, and it gives you all these different ciphers. You know, you got to go into this other and click on these, septenary and Chaldean. But these right here is the way it's broken down. The septenary system is the only cipher that uses the numbers 1 through 7 and then back down to 1 and then repeats itself, giving you kind of a mirror of these numbers. And interestingly, you know, we have 26 letters in our alphabet, and Saturn just happens to equal the number 26. And here's where the significance. I'm going to end on this right here. Well, actually, let me before I do that, I'm going to get into this tree of life. I'm getting ahead of myself. But interestingly, Boaz and Jachin, the two pillars, just so happen to add up to the number 26. Coincidence? I think not. Now, if we break it down even further, Boaz, 2 syllables, is a 6, and Jachin is a 5, 6, which is an 11. So you get the numbers 6, 11 right here. 6, 11 right there. And I have a feeling that it's all encased right here, the numbers 1 through 6, to go into that crown. Remember, 6 is your third eye, and the 7 would be the crown to get onto the next level of reality, which would be inside this square right here. This is the next higher dimension. This may be the 4th dimension. And then this square right here, 13 through 21, this may represent the 5th dimension. I don't know, but it's very possible. But I can assure you, we live in this cosmos right here, 1 through 6, possibly including the 7. That's why the Chariot card has all symbology of 1 through 6 inside the card. Okay? Maybe because that's the 7, and the Chariot is what carries us onto this next pyramid, the 4th dimension. Possible. I don't know. Maybe we can expand on that. But what's interesting is that Boaz and Jachin, these two pillars, equals the number 26. And then Saturn equals the number 26. And these numbers right here, what do these mean? 2 plus 5 plus 8 plus 11 equal 26? Well, if we come over here, we get the 2 plus 5 plus 8 plus 11, we get the number 26. And this is the reason why they use the 26 a lot in their coding, because 26 is the number 11. It's stuck right on here. 2 plus 5 plus 8 plus 11. You can go ahead and fact check that yourself. It will equal the number 26. That is why Saturn is the number 26. That's why he's the number 21 and all that kind of stuff, because of all these numbers and affiliations with the Tarot, with the Kabbalah, with astrology, with numerology, with gematria. All these things play a role with, of course, the bigger aspects, which of course is the 7 planets of the week. And now you can see we have the sun moving all the way to Saturn. Mercury is right in the middle. And as I mentioned to you, here's Mercury right here. He's kind of the soundboard to tell everybody what's going on. He tells the information from this part of the tree of life down to this part. Number 11 right here. So he's right in the middle, smack dab in the middle. It's interesting because there's 1, 2, 3 planets on his right and 3 planets on his left. He's smack dab right in the middle, and that's where he's at right there. Number 33. So there you have it, guys. I'd love to add more to this. If you have some more information, I'd love to hear from you. You know, my name is Logan. This is Decode Your Reality. Thanks for watching.